All right, welcome to Tales from the Gun Shows. No, but seriously, I'm going to start a little series called Tales from the Gun Shows. And this is where we're going to talk about the weird and crazy and funny things that one finds while working a gun show. Starting in January 2026, we're going to be doing about 2 shows a month. That's what we're going to try to do. So we should have lots of fun, interesting stories. We just finished up day 1 at this gun show here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Not a bad show. Not a huge turnout for vendors. Kind of not surprised with this promoter. But anyway, still had lots of interesting people, lots of interesting questions and things they overheard. Some of these things are kind of repeat, like they're repetitive. We kind of see them at a lot of gun shows. But either way, you'll get the idea here. So first one, it's just ignorance on some people. You can kind of tell people who are shopping for their first holster. I give them some grace on that. Well, you can kind of tell the ones that know better. When they pick up a holster like this, and they go to put it on their hip, like this, and they actually will put this on their belt thinking it's a paddle. And I laugh on the inside. I try not to laugh on the outside. I might have laughed today. Sorry to whoever that was. I do apologize. So they're like, I'm looking for this, but do you have it in a right hand? This is a left hand. And I'm like, you're wearing that wrong. This is an inside the waistband. The clip goes on the outside. This isn't the pedal. I guess it's because I make them and I see them all day where I'm like, that's not right. Don't do it like that. It's funny though. So anyway, moving on from that one. Y'all got a holster for a Smith & Wesson 40? Well, yes, sir. We probably do, but do you know what model that it is? Oh, no, I just know it's a 40 cal. Okay, well, if you can verify the model, then we can probably help you out. This guy asked me in particular today. This is a question I get almost every show. Like, you got 9mm holsters? Yep. What style 9mm you got? Sometimes you just gotta play along with it. Just hear me out on this one though. 3 times this guy asked me for he gave me the make and the caliber. He didn't know the model. I'm like, 3 guns you came here looking for holsters for? Like, he was actually looking for them. He came there to look for it. It wasn't just, a thought that popped in my head. It was like, no, I'm here looking for them. And you didn't know. Okay. Another thing that happened today. Besides getting swindled or haggled, I'm not going to say swindled. I got haggled by like an 8-year-old for a 3D printed prop. I gave it to him for a steal of a deal. Well, he thinks he got it for a steal of a deal. Don't. I'm not a bad guy. He wanted a 3D printed prop. He's like, hey, this is cool. What do these go for? I'm like, $20. That's what I saw them for online. Would you do 10? And I was like, I don't know if I could do 10. But like we were going, he's like, what about 15? And I was like, dude, you know what? I'll give it to you for 15. This little 8-year-old's haggling at me. I'm like, good on you, dude. Like, he wanted the training prop, but he thought it came with the holster at first. And I was like, well, the holster's a little bit more expensive. And he looks at his dad, I kid you not, slaps him on the belly, and he's like, hey, I got him to sell it to you for $15. Give me $15. I was like, dude. I almost just gave it to him. I was like, you know what? No, he's got to learn his lesson. He's got to pay for it. He haggled me. He's paying for it. But all right. So the next one was, how much is this one? Well, it's $55. Okay. Could you do 40? 40. I get it. It looked like I was selling stuff at a garage. I mean, sometimes my booth looks like it's a garage sale. Whatever. He's like, would you do 40? No, maybe I can do 50. You know, I sell them for $55 on the website. I'll sell them to you at the show for $50. You know, no tax, no shipping. It's a good deal. What about 45? You know what? You kind of look at your inventory and go, how long has that been sitting in my inventory? 45? Yeah, you can have it for 45. Which brings up a question. If you do shows, or if you're a vendor, or of any kind, or have a store, what is your breaking point, your lowest dollar? Is it gonna be like your wholesale price? Because that's mine. I won't go any lower than a wholesale price. If it's I'll have with someone a little bit because I'm willing to give them a good deal and a good price to make that sale, make that relationship or that interaction now, make a potential return customer, because maybe they'll go online and buy something at full price with a small discount. Because usually when I hand out cards, I put a discount code on it, so it incentivizes them. Incentivize? It makes them want to buy more things if they get more money off. You know what I'm trying to say here. It's been a long day. Anyway, what is your bottom line? Like, what do you set it at? Are you willing to haggle, or are you pretty firm on your prices? I'm curious to know. Let me know. Let's see. What else did I hear today? That was actually at the last show. So, overhearing people's conversations that are kind of funny. You know, like, I got this pretty rare collection. What you got? I'm pretty sure it's probably just an SKS, a Mauser, and some unsporterized 1918 basic vanilla Mauser. That people think that these Mausers, these 7mm Mausers, are so great. And I can tell you, working as a gunsmith, like they would come in like every week, like in tens, like just for cleaning service or breaking, whatever. They're not rare. They're all over the place. Anyway, what was the last thing here? Oh, this was the last show too, but I'm gonna wrap it in here because I didn't think about doing this thing on the last show. A guy came up to me and wanted to buy an ulti clip for his holster. And I was like, sure, dude, I got an extra part. You can buy this one. It's $13. This would be an example of poor haggling. Guy got caught. He's like, do it for like $5. I'm like, no, I can't sell that for $5. Like, I pay more than $5 for it. Like, I'm not gonna sell it to you for that. I can't. I can sell it to you for 10. I'll make like $2 on it. He's like, yeah, I guess I can. I got 10. And then he whips out a roll. I mean, like one of those like fat rolls you think are fake of hundreds. I'm like, you only got 10? Well, you only got 10 $100 bills in there? Like, geez, dude. And then he saw me see him pull it out and look, and he's like, I can give you 13. I got 13. Like, you're darn right. Like, you're not gonna try to lowball me and tell me you only got 10. Actually, originally you only got 5. Whip that out. He was a kid though, you know, and that was kind of funny. But he immediately locked eyes and was like, I'm caught. He called me on my BS. Like, yeah, I did. I almost went up a little bit. But anyway, so those are just some of the small notes. Nothing crazy, nothing too wild. I mean, it was a pretty tame show. Sometimes it's pretty entertaining. So stay tuned for more tales from the gun show to potentially hear a wild story. Sorry I didn't have one this time, but this is just the beginning. So catch you all later.